important table for our time. The first thing interesting to point out that all these words appear in book Numbers, book Numbers, from chapter 6, 7 to chapter 22. So interesting in one book. So what we have here, and what makes this table very important, significant, and relevant, the most important. So once in the Torah, you have a sentence, Lo yeh sof. It will not be an end. To what? So we look for the verb which comes next to it. So it comes terror. Terror. So it's no end to terror. Now it basically, like you saw, if you follow my YouTube, once in the Torah, no solution to terror. It was also amazing table. So, this was the Torah tells us no end, but we understand why. So we have minimal skip, skip. You have the name Ishmael, but minimal speaking that skip of the word Ishmael, the name Ishmael, and every 11 letters. This is really the minimal skip. And if you followed my YouTubes, we brought the famous, very old book, Chapter for Eliezer, and there it says that Ishmael is in fact a name of Ishmael, but it should be past tense, not in future tense. For the reason Ishmael, God will listen. Should be Ishmael, because God listened to his prayer, to his mother's prayers. So it says, Eliezer, chapter 32, 31, that the Arabs will do so many troubles to Jews in the end of days. The Jews will cry and shout to God like today. You saw what is going on. Murdering two sons, two brothers. Shouting, but God in the end will listen to their prayers, to their shouting. It will come. So, this was written Ishmael, God will listen to their prayers. From the troubles of the terrorists, all these unfortunately evil forces doing to Jews. So, already you have a little bit of the answer. Why is no end? Because Jews have to do tshuva and realize that only God can help them, not the state, definitely not Europe, because they don't understanding what is really the root, the source of this conflict with the Arabs. They can solve it with politics. This is nonsense. The Arabs will not give up 1 inch of Israel. So in the end they will like to chase away the Jews from the land. So, no, this state don't understand well. So, what more is written? The most important, on the same line with Ishmael, you have Islam, because this is the belief of the Islam. According to the Islam, they believe, these Arabs, that the land belongs to them. And Iran, which comes here, they believe in more on this. They believe that the whole world should accept the faith in Allah. Shias, and this is why they made the atom book and everything, for this person, for this reason that everyone will accept their faith, the Islam. In the same line, you have Ishmael and Islam, to tell you that basically the problem is religious, not politics, which the state in Europe thinks they can solve. Nonsense. So what Jews should learn from here? Jews should learn that Amalekite, here is Amaleki, the Amalekite, those who are fighting in Israel want to eradicate them, they wipe them out, because Amalek means a nation want to lick their Jewish blood, to call them to. So, why they came? So our rabbis tell us in the days they came because Jews desecrate the Shabbos, because they desecrate the holiness, purity of men and women, because they doubt in faith because they were losing fulfilling mitzvahs. So, this is what gave power to the Amalek, this is what gives power today also. This is the power that they get, the Islam in Iran, and Fatah, which appear PLO, and the Hamas, which appears here. This one, they get the power from Lo Techalu et Shem Kodeshi. Don't desecrate my name, and then you will not die. Not the Shabbos. But what we can do, we have the leftists we have now. Lieberman fighting against the Judaism, against the Shabbos, against the Torah. And here again, the Torah is the same line. The Torah is Zot Chukat Torah. This is the laws of the Torah you should keep, Asher Tzivah Hashem. So, what more, this table teaches us that if you really will not desecrate the name of God, will not die, no terror attacks, no murder of this beast, of the terrorist, but keep the Torah, then you have Messiah will come, parallel Messiah, Mashiach, and then Moses and Elijah will come, because it's written that Moses will come with Messiah, with Elijah together. This is what really why the numerical value of Moshe is like Shiloh. So, this is a table, a small place, interesting, minimal. We said many times, this program that you see here is Dr. Ettenberg, the scientist who came from Russia, Professor Rip showed him the phenomena, he checked it, he even wrote a book on his thoughts, and he said if it is minimal, good meetings. So this is what we understand, that we have an Hamanai here, we come with Ishmael, with Islam. The Hamanai is the Haman of today. He said that it's no coincidence he's Haman, because the Kabbalist, Rabbi Ezekiel, said that the cruel leaders against Israel, like Haman, have Aman, because those are three letters which are very, very strong. It's called Gvurot in Hebrew, strength, power, and very powerful one. So this is what Aman, and this is what we have today. People want to eradicate, wipe out, exterminate Israel. So he comes all together with Ishmael. Because the Maharal says that today Ishmael are really the Persia, Islam. So all this comes here, Manai, Ishmael, Islam in the same line. But this is the source of the problem, which unfortunately not the state understands, not Europe understands. The thing, if they will give the Arabs 67, oh, will be peace in Israel, the Arabs will be very happy. No, then they will ask for 48, and then they will ask to expel all Jews out of their land, because they believe that they are not allowed to give in 1 inch to Israel. No, how can you make peace with such people? No, but the time will come that all the enemies of Israel and Testaments will pay, as God promised. And then, and only then, the world will realize there is a God, there is Jewish people, there is Torah. It's have to be kept by Jews and by Gentiles, 7 laws of Noach, and they will realize that transgressing these 7 laws, abortion, homosexuality, like it brought in the past flood to the world. So, who knows which kind of disasters will come as a result of it. So interesting and important and significant table, and we said the Torah is the blueprint of creation. Already we mentioned always Rabbeinu Bachya 8 years ago through code of 42 letters got exact the hour of the birth, not hour, even second of the birth of the moon, which NASA managed to know only when they went around the moon, and Jews knew it for a long time. The Bible code, Torah code, is the basis of the creation. So interesting and important and relevant Bible code. in very difficult days, people really murder young children and youngster brothers frightening. And the world, everything, Jews are guilty. Yeah, Jews are guilty. No, who knows? Maybe because Jews don't keep the Torah properly, Shabbos and so on. Who knows? So let us hope that really now we are in a very important year. So after the sabbatical year, that Messiah is waiting. Yeah, he's waiting, standing and waiting for Jews to do tshuva, to keep the laws of the Torah, not to desecrate the Shabbos like these leftists in Israel are doing. And then Messiah will come together with Moses and Elijah, and peace and happiness and joy. Hoping they will be in Purim already, will come to Israel and to the whole world.